Scorched Earth is one of the most dangerous places on planet Earth. And guess what still ends up living here? It is the Bloons. They live almost anywhere. They exist everywhere. They just can do about anything. And they just cannot be defeated by our little monkeys. Or can they? They can. Because our little monkeys are going to be amazing today. So actually, even though this level looks really, really ridiculously incredibly tough. I mean, when you just look at it, you're like, oh man, there's 3 little areas that they come out, and there's also 3 areas where they leave, and some of those areas are also areas where the Bloons come out of. And that's just tough. I believe they're like, they come in the top right 3, and then they don't leave the bottom left 3. They actually kind of have some of them go toward the left, some of them, and then I think the other 2 actually go through like the top of there. I think. I don't normally see things leave my little area of balloon denial. But I guess it can happen every once in a while. But since we only have 1 little life, we're not gonna let them through today. No frickin' way. We're gonna take them all down. So it actually did start off with something a little bit weird. I did 2 dart monkeys start, which is kind of odd. You know, normally you're just like, just go straight for the engineer. The engineer is going to be your best bet. Go for those sentry gunners. Once you get the sentry gunners, you're going to be super duper happy. But I feel like the dart monkeys are actually a pretty good tower to use on this one because of the randomness of where the balloons come out. If you don't want the engineer to miss in the beginning here, and if you can't get your sentry gunner up in time, you're pretty much screwed. But now that we have 2 dart monkeys and sentry gunners and our engineer going on for us, we can just farm like crazy. I feel like this is the point where you're like, oh man, this is where I can start rocking things. If you can get your engineer up to this point, the black balloons, the white balloons, even the regrow yellows and stuff like that, they're really not going to be that difficult with just this tiny little bit amount of towers. And that's one thing that I actually do kind of weird. I would say that I farm probably a lot more than other people when I'm doing things along these lines. But I guess it's okay. I also actually went for kind of like an early engineer. The engineer actually, or not an engineer, excuse me, ninja. An early ninja. I'm sorry, I hate when I do that. I hate when I start talking about something and I totally use the wrong wordage or the wrong tower, or whatever the heck I talk about. But here's probably the hardest part of them all, and that is, my friends, the glue gunner part, level 28. Do you go with the glue gunner? Do you go with some other things? What the heck do you do? I'm not really sure what you're supposed to do, but you're definitely going to need at least 1 pineapple for those lead balloons if you're doing kind of like a similar strategy as me. But the cool thing is once you get 3 glue gunners up, it's pretty much game, set, and match. It's just game over, guys. These balloons are pretty much done because every single one of those balloons, almost every single one of these balloons, up until probably like level 36 or something, is gonna get glued. And if you got all those balloons glued, all you really need is a tiny bit of extra pop and power, a couple sentry gunners, a couple dart monkeys, maybe a little bit, maybe a mediumly graded ninja. But I think, you know what, you're probably gonna need even a 2-1 ninja just for level 33 anyways, so why the heck not get it? And maybe a 2-1 ninja could suffice, but I think your best bet's probably a 3-1 ninja, probably. And also, just to be safe, why not just get a 3-0 cannon? This is like the perfect level for a 3-0 cannon. If you can get this guy up on there, you gotta try and put him on close, though. And I think the best spot for him is on the bottom, because he tends to aim close, which is like the balloons that are right in the middle of the map. And if you're shooting right in the middle of the map with the cluster bombs, it is quite literally a perfect explosion around the circle of what exists for the balloons coming in. So just delicious 3-0 cannon, especially if you're going to get him up to 4th tier or anything higher than that. But I think before you get a 4th tier cannon, you guys know, get some extra pop power, go for that 4th tier ninja, or go for that high level dart monkey, or whatever the heck you want to get up, just so you can have some extra balloon popping power, because the 4-2 cannon is only as good as the popping power that you have, guys. It is only as good as the popping power that you personally have. So you have to make sure that you're doing a fantastic job with this stuff, otherwise it's just going to be the end of the world. The absolute end of the world. And I don't know. I mean, a 3-0 cannon, 4-2 dart monkey, a couple glue gunners, and you're taking down level 43, 44, 45 pretty darn easily. But you do have to get a balloon chipper up, otherwise you're pretty much screwed. I mean, I don't know. I feel like if I did try and go with like a Moab assassin or a super monkey, you know, a plasma monkey or something like that, I could do it. I could absolutely do it. But why spend $10, $12, $15,000 on a tower that's going to take down those Moabs when you can spend about $7,000 and you can have a for sure not only Moab popping power but also ceramic destruction. Oh my goodness gracious, balloon chippers are the ceramic masters of disaster. They just take them right down to nothing. They cannot be stopped. They cannot be dealt with in any other way, they just get completely demolished. Every single bloon chipper is just epic. Straight up epic in the late game. And that's actually something that I actually almost don't like about the game. I kind of wish bloon chippers weren't so amazing. But I also wish that other towers were maybe a little bit better versus moabs. That would give us a choice in the matter. But because we don't have a choice, well, we do have a choice, but because the bloon chippers are just so plain so epic, you just kind of want to use them. And then the other towers suck so bad versus moabs that you just kind of don't want to use them. And I think everybody just can kind of agree with that. Does it make me a noob that I use bloon chippers more often than probably other... I mean, maybe not even more often than other people, but I use bloon chippers quite a bit in the late game. I don't know. It's part of the game. You know, whenever you think of something part of the game, you're usually like, well, it's part of the game, you can use it. But so are cheat codes. Cheat codes are part of the game too. Maybe I could just use those anyways. But I don't know. It's just one of those things you just don't really know what to say about it. You don't really understand if you should use them or you shouldn't use them. Or maybe just limit the amount that you use. Instead of building 30 bloon chippers, which you could easily afford by the end of the game if you're going as much farms as me, maybe only build 4 or 5 bloon chippers, and then the rest of your towers should be, you know, nice little super monkeys or nice little things like that. I think the only problem that you have with the bloon chippers is probably the regrowth spammage. If you get a level like, I don't even know, I think 62 is actually one of them, I think it's a regrow rainbow. Yeah, regrow zebras right here. 61, excuse me, 61 regrow zebras. The bloon chippers, if you only have like a lot of bloon chippers and you don't have enough other bloon popping power, those guys can actually cause quite a bit of problems. The bloon chippers cause regrowth to regrow, so that's probably their biggest weakness. But their amazingness of having so much moab popping power just makes up for any weaknesses that they might have. Their strengths greatly overcome their weaknesses. I feel like there's no other tower that just has such a great strength and like not very many weaknesses. You know, like bloon chippers, their weaknesses is regrows and camos. Alright, yeah, they suck versus those guys, but that's why I have the other 15 towers that I have in my arsenal take those guys down. But the bloon chippers, like, you know, I mean, like, what other weaknesses do, ninjas have? What do leads? Like, I mean that's not that much either. I don't know. Super monkeys, they don't really have a weakness either, but they're just not that great. I mean, I would consider a super monkey not that great. I would consider them good, but not fantastic. And they're good. I don't know. I just get lost in my thoughts. I kind of want to complain about the game, but you can't complain about the game because it's just so fun. It's so fun. I have so much fun playing the game. I hope you guys do too. I hope you guys are enjoying the Impoppable Mode. I am curious though. How many of you guys actually have BTD 5 mobile? Or do you guys just kind of watch my videos just because you enjoy BTD 5? That's a good question. I don't have a smartphone. The only reason that I'm able to play this game is because I actually specifically bought an iPad, believe it or not, for Kingdom Rush Frontiers last summer. That is why I bought an iPad. I know that sounds kind of ridiculous, but I really, really enjoyed Kingdom Rush Frontiers. I really wanted to make some videos, and I bought an iPad for it. And do I use the iPad for a lot of stuff? No. I really don't. I don't use the iPad for almost anything. The only time I use the iPad is when I'm making either Bloons videos, or making Kingdom Rush videos, or any other mobile videos that I might want to make. And then also every once in a while I'll do something random with it. And I think I use it for this app called QuizUp. It's just a game where you answer questions and you can challenge your friends to like trivia and stuff like that. It's kind of fun. The only real problem that I have with it is that I'm like a really good science guy, right? And I will get unlucky enough where I will lose like a biology trivia thing to Amanda, but then Amanda will get unlucky enough where she will lose the psychology one to me, and she has got her bachelor's in psychology. I got my bachelor's in biology, she's got her bachelor's in psychology, and also just about a master's in psychology, just about. So when you think about it like that, it's just kind of ridiculous. Like, the questions aren't exactly fair. They're actually really, really difficult, though. That's the cool thing about it. Is like, I'm 23, I'm a pretty smart guy, I'm taking a biology quiz, and I'm not even answering these questions all right. I'll get a lot of them wrong. Imagine a 16-year-old kid or a 13-year-old kid trying to play this game. They get totally screwed over. They wouldn't know the answer to any of these things unless they're just completely guessing at random things. But it's okay. I got the Master Heli Pilot here, and we got a level 85 coming down. Oh my gods, and we're definitely going to own them with all of these amazing sun gods. Anyways, that is all I'm going to have for you guys today, so as always, thanks for watching, and have a super duper delicious day!
Hopefully you guys enjoyed that, and if you want to see a little bit more sweet action, feel free to check out the over 200 episodes of BTD battles. And we got some mobile down there if that's what floats your boat. Also Bloons Monkey City, one of my favorite games, and if you just want a little bit of a quickie, we got some random mod series down there. That's all I'm going to have for you guys today. As always, thanks for watching, have a super awesome day.